Hey, this is Chris from Financial Modeling Education, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to build a circularity breaker in a three-statement model. So generally speaking, you actually don't want circularity in your financial models, but sometimes we'll make an exception when we have a three-statement operating model like I have in front of me, and the circularity often comes back to the interest expense, which is this line here. But first, why might we do this in the first place? So this is very common if this company is PE backed and they have a lot of debt on their balance sheet. And so if I look at the balance sheet, which is down here, I can see there's a revolver and senior debt, pretty sizable amounts given the size of the company. So it's safe to assume that this company might be PE backed. And a common practice in LBO modeling is to take the interest expense when you calculate it, it's the average of the beginning and the ending balance. So let me just show you on the revolver here. If I press F2, this is the average of the beginning balance and the ending balance multiplied by the interest expense, which makes sense. You kind of want an average balance to calculate your average interest. But what's happening here is we end up creating a circle because during the period, you can see this row here in the middle, this is how much cash the company is paying down on the revolver. And so if you're going to use cash to pay down your debt, well, that's great. But your interest expense dictates a portion of how much cash is left over. So if you've got interest telling you how much cash you have, but then you have cash paying down debt, which then tells you how much interest you have, you start to create this circle. And so that's where the circularity comes from. The reason this is common in private equity is just for specificity. PE likes this to be as accurate of a balance as possible. Oftentimes in an FP&A setting where it's not as critical for it to be perfectly accurate, I'll just use the beginning balance as opposed to the average, which gets rid of the circle. But if we do have the circle, here's where we're going to use a circularity breaker and where this thing can break down. So if I'm in my debt schedule right here, I've got the revolver, I also have senior debt, and I go up. This is my cash flow sweep where I figure out, okay, well, here's how much cash that basically I have left, and then how much I can go to actually pay down my revolver and my senior loan. And so let's just say I make a mistake here and I type in some letters by mistake. Oops. It's going to blow up my entire model. You can see everything is now gone. And this has happened to me before on the job. Obviously, I've had times when this is late at night and I start to panic, but I kind of learned this the hard way. Even if you press Control Z and back this out, your model is still busted. And that's because of the circularity. So you have to go back and trace where that circle flows through. And you can see the model is pretty much blown up top to bottom. If I go here to the interest expense, I can see that's where it effectively starts. And so what I can do is, first I can just zero this out manually. I'm going to just punch in a 0, hit enter, and I can see now this column looks like it might actually be cleaned up. Right? If I scroll down, you can see there's no more of these value errors, but the next column is still broken. So if I back this out, I can see, okay, now this seems to be working. So that's good. So let me try to hit a 0 here. That's gone, and then I press Control Z, back it out, and now suddenly that is working again. So what's happening is I'm manually running the circularity breaker, but there's a more efficient way to do it. If we open up this formula and I press F2, I have a separate named range called if the circularity breaker is on, give me a 0, which is exactly what I just did, but then otherwise sum up my interest calculations. So what I have here on my error checking tab is a separate cell down here called the circularity breaker. It's a simple drop-down list that I use with data validation. It's just on or off. So if I put it to on, what it's going to do is it's going to turn all of these now to 0. So let me go ahead and do that. I go to error checking, drop down, I click on. You can see all of my checks have now cleaned up, except for this one that I built just to remind me, hey, my circularity breaker is on, right? Because I don't want to leave it there by accident. I come back to the model and I see that my interest expense is now fully zeroed out, which I don't want it to be in the long term, but my model doesn't have all of those busted errors anymore. So if I scroll down, I can see that it has effectively been fixed. And so now what I can do is I can go back to my error checking tab and I can toggle my circularity breaker back off. I get a couple zeros here. I'm just going to tap F9 a few times to run calcs. Sometimes in a model that has circularity, you have to do that. And I come back to my operating model and I could see my interest expense has now been restored. and my model is working again. And so what we're doing there is, instead of going through and hard coding zeros all the way through this interest row, we have a specific formula here. It links to this circularity breaker. If the circularity breaker is on, force a 0 in here, otherwise run my interest expense calculation. So any place that you have circularity in your model, it's a great idea to build a circularity breaker to help you do this. And again, I just put it on the error checking tab. It's a simple drop-down list that you can build with data validation. So that's Alt-A-V-V should bring up the data validation list. And I just create a list here, and I say that it's on or off, and then my formula references that circularity breaker. So I know that's a little bit of a long video, but I want to make sure that I explain it very thoroughly, because sometimes it's a little confusing as to why do we do this and actually how does it work. So you are overriding the circularity on the model, which is designed to make your interest expense very specific, but this is a quick way to toggle this breaker on and off to fix your entire model all at once without you having to go back and do everything manually. So if you ever want to learn how to do this step by step with videos, of course I offer this in my courses, not a long-winded pitch, but it's just an easier way to see it, step by step as you build this from scratch. So that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.